In this edition of City News, we'll show you why a home built in the 1920s has become the talk of the town. Also,
find out why these dirty cars are raising money for a good cause.
Plus, we will show you how citizens learn how to prevent sexual assault. These stories and much more coming up on City News. Hello and welcome to City News. I'm Jennifer Murillo. One local home recently underwent a major transformation. Rosna Suri has the incredible story.
From an eyesore to a sight for sore eyes, 4704 Broadway was given a serious facelift after being neglected and abandoned for over 15 years.
We were like, tear it down, tear it down. I mean, the roof and the pigeons, there was hole in the roof, and I was worried about people, breaking in or coming in. The roof could fall in on them. It was horrible.
Hawthorne police saw the property becoming a nuisance.
Numerous complaints from the citizens and surrounding agencies, and we got involved with city code enforcement.
The roof was collapsing, there was bird feces everywhere, addition to the back was falling apart, there was a patio. The foundation was horrible. The property was just full of paint deficiencies, and you dealt with a lot of trash issues and overgrown vegetation that were just being thrown out here from the residents sometimes, people just passing by.
Over time, the blighted house earned the nickname the Pigeon House after flocks of birds made nests on the roof. One day, the city of Hawthorne stepped in and decided to save the property with their health and safety receivership program.
Essentially what we do is we petition the court to appoint what's called a receiver. It's a neutral party that comes in and they make the property compliant. They will hire contractors, they will get permits, they'll do whatever they need to do to get the property to be in compliance with the municipal code. They take the control of the property temporarily, and then they return it to the property owner.
Everything that has been done to this house has been brought up to code and brought up to standards as far as livable.
Built in the 1920s, this is the first home to be selected for the receivership program. The process, from paperwork to the completed renovation, took over a year and a half. After the home is sold by the owners, the city is reimbursed for their investments and the remaining profit goes to the entitled individuals. So it's not a burden on taxpayers.
We're very fortunate that through the cooperation of the city attorney, the planning department, the city manager's office, and the code enforcement, and so many others, public works, everybody worked together to make this happen.
The city of Hawthorne is already in the process of pushing another home through their health and safety receivership program. The approved receivers are in the permit stage and look forward to approaching the court soon after. For HCTV, I'm Rosna Suri.
The property value for the newly renovated home on Broadway is expected to increase, as well as for the surrounding homes in the neighborhood. The Hawthorne Police Department, along with the Los Angeles Kings, hosted a family-friendly event outside City Hall. The 5th annual Safety Fair offered free games, street hockey, and candy for the entire community.
We provide a safe space. We shut the street down and kids can come in costume and there's no traffic and they can have a good time.
I had lots of fun playing the tossing game and lots of fun with my cousins.
Those who attended also enjoyed a free lunch provided by El Tarasco.
We're here donating tacos for the community. I mean, it's the city of good neighbors, so that's our way of giving back.
So it's pretty incredible because there are kids that don't know each other and they come here and they get to meet new people.
Sergeant Chris Cognac says he hopes to continue to bring this fair to the community and make it bigger and better next year. To learn about other events held by the Hawthorne Police Department, go to their Facebook page at www.facebook.com/Hawthorne Police. The Green Forest Car Wash was the site of a fundraiser to help victims of the Las Vegas shooting. Tristan Davis has the story.
The City of Good Neighbors lived up to their reputation this week, raising money for some of the victims' families of the Las Vegas shooting earlier this month.
I was actually in Vegas when it happened and I survived. So that's why we felt that we had to do this for these families. You know, we had to come back and pay it forward.
Loving Hands in Motion, a local nonprofit with the goal to empower the community, sponsored the event with Green Forest Car Wash.
We reached out to Green Forest, and the owner, she didn't hesitate to help us out for this week, and some of the proceeds will go to those families.
Although many of the victims were from the South Bay, Loving Hands in Motion chose the 4 individuals who lived closest to the city of Hawthorne.
Since I'm a resident of Hawthorne, and then also Erica and another member from the nonprofit organization, I thought it would be best to have it in the city where we live in.
The shooting was in Vegas, but it did affect us, and we just want to be there for them.
When asked why they did this,
sometimes people forget that there's a whole town behind them, so we want to put that out there. We want to let them know that they are not alone. We are in this all together.
As a community, we're all united. We're all going to be here for each other.
The fundraiser will continue until late October. For HCTV, I'm Tristan Davis.
Coming up next on City News, learn about a barbecue that brings a harvest of goodwill to the City of Good Neighbors. Also find out where prayers can be heard multiple times a day. There's more news ahead. We'll be right back. Welcome back. The Hawthorne President's Council held their community barbecue dinner for the local holiday assistance program. Edward Evans was there to cover the event.
Members of the City Council, Parks and Recreation staff, and city officials spoke about the importance of this annual event.
This is a wonderful event that's held every year just before the holiday season starts, so we always look forward to it. The community barbecue dinner to raise money for toys for underprivileged children, put on by Alex Montero and the Hawthorne President's Council. It's such a wonderful way to bring the community together.
The great thing about this event, it brings the community together. It's a toy drive for assistance, and it's just a good time for people to come out and enjoy the holidays or prepare for the holidays.
The President's Council Barbecue and events like this serves Hawthorne residents with the help and support from the community.
So this is important for the people of Hawthorne. It stays in Hawthorne. It's given to homeowners and, more importantly, our renters in Hawthorne. It's a group effort on everybody's part.
I have noticed an increase in support for these type of events. Not only do we have this holiday gift-giving fundraiser that we have today, we also have the K-9 dinner and other such dinners where we raise funds for the different causes. And since I've been here, I've only seen increased support.
This function receives support from multiple local businesses and organizations. Students from the high school volunteer serving the guests with a meal prepared by the event's longtime chef.
The generosity is amazing, and the raffle prizes are great, so people love to come for that. And Barb Marsala's chicken is to die for, and every year it just gets better and better.
With the holiday season approaching, the President's Council, through the Community Barbecue Dinner, takes pride in spreading cheer and providing hope, charity, and service for those that are in need. Reporting for Hawthorne Community Television, I'm Edward Evans.
For more information regarding events held by the Hawthorne President's Council, contact their offices at 310-643-5687. The nonprofit organization Resolve to Rise teamed up with the Hawthorne Police Department in bringing sexual assault awareness to local teens. Tony Long Jr. has the story.
The Hawthorne Police Department Community Room was the site for the Stockholm Syndrome Awareness Teen Workshop.
Today's event, the Stockholm Syndrome, is it's about violence, kidnapping, and victims becoming emotionally and psychologically attached to their perpetrators.
Well, we've been working with Resolve to Rise for several years at informing the public as much as we possibly can.
The guest speaker was Stockholm Syndrome survivor Lisa Aguilar, who spoke out about her abuse to the public for the first time.
My personal experience with Stockholm Syndrome was through emotional manipulation in my own home as a teenager from the age of 12 to 15 by a family friend.
Life coach and motivational speaker Amelia Fortes also spoke, empowering self-love to those in need.
The thing that often confuses people, especially young people and myself, is we see in others what we think we don't have, and so it's like, oh, like an introvert can think, oh, I wish I was more outgoing like her or him, and think there's something wrong with me. But there's something very beautiful about introverts as well as extroverts.
Even though the event was meant for preventing sexual assault, Aguilar states that she also wants victims to overcome it.
We try to educate you on the prevention of sexual abuse, but if it happens to you, let it not break you.
According to Resolve to Rise, a child is sexually assaulted every 8 minutes. This is Tony Long Jr. reporting for HCTV.
For more information on more workshops, visit the Resolve to Rise website at www.resolvetorise.org. The Islamic Center of Hawthorne opened its doors to the public. Daniel Lindley was there for the prayers.
The Islamic Center of Hawthorne had its open Mosque Day, inviting the community to come out and learn about Islam.
Every year we have this day where we open the mosque for the public, invite the officials, the interfaith groups, the civic engagement, and we're hoping, to meet the community and the community meet our members.
Knowing your neighbors is this year's theme, bringing people of different faiths together to straighten out confusion and label that have been placed on the Muslim community.
People, for some reason, maybe they have the misconception about Islam or Muslims. So here is a day where we live together and they can see us, face to face, and they learn about Islam from us directly.
Attendees were given little quizzes, testing them on their knowledge of Islam, followed by a Q&A session before observing one of their 5 prayers.
This is the third prayer of the day. It's not recited. There's no reading as such. There's another prayer, and there's a recitation of Quran in there too.
After the prayers, an Islamic meal that follows traditional Islamic dietary laws called halal was served. Reporting for HCTV, I'm Daniel Lindley.
For more information on the Islamic Center of Hawthorne, you can visit their website at www.ichla.com. When we return, we'll show you what event has children gathering in their costumes. El Camino College has joined other campuses across the nation in the fight against food insecurity among college students. Ruzna Suri has the story.
Having to choose between putting food on the table, paying bills, and going to college is a harsh reality that many students across the nation struggle with. However, an idea sparked by a campus English professor led to the establishment of a food pantry, known as the Warrior Pantry, by a collection of major student organizations across the El Camino campus.
We know from data about the South Bay that food insecurity is an issue. So we, working with the student government and other groups on campus, including our Student Equity Advisory Committee and our Student Development Office, created the food pantry.
Andrew Leone, the pantry's operating manager, helped launch the concept into action.
Well, I was speaking to my English professor about ideas after having the first general equity meeting. So what things I could do for El Camino that doesn't have, and one of the ideas she said was a food pantry that El Camino doesn't have one.
During the pantry's operating hours, which occur from 9 a.m. to noon every Thursday, Leon is in charge of collecting donations, stocking shelves, and assisting students as needed.
So because it's student run, I hope that it forms more of a community and can help each student that goes to this campus.
The issue of food insecurity is gaining momentum throughout higher education institutions across the map.
So far, we've relied on the goodwill and support of our faculty, staff, and students through donations and also donations through our foundation. But we're looking to partner with a more sustainable source of supply of food for our students, working with local grocers, as well as nonprofit groups that would be willing to host food drives to support the food pantry.
The Warrior Pantry has been marketed with signs all over campus, in addition to being announced at big games, dances, and other major events.
We want to have backup money. We made connections with places like LA Food Bank, and we made sure that the student equity program was fully backed up in regards to money.
Brian Odega, ASO Director of Academic Affairs, was inspired to join the cause when he learned that his fellow students were struggling with a lack of food.
A few students from the basketball team spoke to me and a fellow student government representative, and they were telling us about their experience with having troubles with not just money at home to sustain themselves, to pay for rent, things of that nature, but also food.
In addition to their neatly organized food shelves, the Warrior Pantry has established a point system for students to follow when they come by to get the items that they need.
The basic requirement for students is to just have a student ID. So when they walk in, they'll check into our computer where they'll input their student ID information to verify that they're an actual community college student.
According to Odega, several food donations and about $300 in monetary donations from staff and students really helped to get the pantry up and running.
Non-perishable food items is what the real need is. We also accept donations of toiletries and personal hygiene products. So we have showers on campus that are open to students. So if they're homeless, a shower on the campus is available to them.
Founders and organizers of the Warrior Pantry are working hard to gather enough resources so that they're eventually able to restock the pantry every day and increase its operation from just 1 day a week to 5 days a week. Reporting for HCTV, I'm Rasna Suri.
The Warrior Pantry is located in the Physics Building, room 116, on the El Camino College campus. To learn how you can make a difference by donating food, toiletries, or money, visit www.elcaminocollege.edu. As winter approaches, so will snow in the city of Hawthorne. The Recreation and Community Services Department will host a Winter Wonderland event on Thursday, December 21st from 6 to 9 p.m. It will be a fun night filled with snow sledding, carnival fun, photo ops with Santa, and much more. Admission will be $5 for those under 11 years of age and $7 for those 12 years and older. For more information, contact the Recreation and Community Services Department at 310-349-1640. The city of Hawthorne held their annual Halloween event. Tony Long Jr. has the story.
Enjoying your favorite sweet treat, playing really fun games, and participating in a costume contest. These are all parts of the experience at the annual Hawthorne Spooktacular Halloween Carnival.
We've been doing this for over 20 years, and as you can see, we usually get a really good turnout.
The local children showcase their costumes, dressing as their favorite characters, like David as an emoji and Travis, who suits up as the Black Panther.
And plus I love emojis because they're funny and crazy and everything. They're emotional like me. Because we have Kim new at the door, so they got me Black Panther.
The children weren't the only ones enjoying dressing up. The adults joined in on the fun as well.
Absolutely. You know, I'm a preschool teacher, so I'm always, acting crazy. But this is my first costume since I was probably about 7 years old. So, but anything Disney, I'm for it.
For Cherie Wilkins and her children, it was their first time at the carnival.
We're from Inglewood, but like I say, we visit many different parks, so this is our first one. We usually do church events, but this is absolutely wonderful.
According to Hawthorne Recreation and Community Services Assistant Recreational Supervisor, Kawana Bowie, the carnival is held yearly, the day before Halloween. This is Tony Long Jr. reporting for HCTV.
For more information, contact the Hawthorne Recreation and Community Services Department at 310-349-1640. Eucalyptus Elementary School hosted a fall festival for their students and families. Rasna Suri has more.
Pumpkins, candy, costumes, activities and games, and of course, lots and lots of treats. These ingredients make for a perfect fall carnival and are all ready for the little fairies and monsters of Eucalyptus Elementary to enjoy with their families and friends.
Eucalyptus School is so excited to bring back to the campus our annual Fall Festival.
According to Mrs. Moore, the event doubles as fall fun with carnival-style activities and as an invitation for families to see what their kids have been involved with on campus. The kindergarten class worked on book reports with their families. One kindergartner named Nicolas did his on David Gets in Trouble.
Well, David gets in trouble because he gets in trouble, but he apologized.
Students also decorated pumpkins to make them look like the characters from the books that they chose.
How long did it take you to make your pumpkin? Not too long.
So how long?
Like, not. 10 minutes.
Who helped you? Who helped you on your pumpkin?
Mommy.
Students had also participated in a Red Ribbon Week contest. The winner's art was displayed at the festival for everyone to see.
The students had an opportunity to decorate a picture that represents their future and just really living a healthy lifestyle free of alcohol, tobacco, and things that could harm their body.
The festival would not be possible without the involvement of staff and volunteers who stayed past normal school hours to help set up and work the event. Some of those volunteers include parents and grandparents who once attended the same school years ago.
We love that our parents, our families are involved because once again, we have their children most of the day. And so we want them to know that we support their behavior, we support making sure that they are well-rounded, making sure that as they leave Eucalyptus School, they represent us well in the world.
Students shared what they've enjoyed the most about the carnival.
Getting the candy. My favorite part was winning this monkey and other prizes. Candy because I love candy.
We are a campus that believes wholeheartedly in what we do each and every day, and we just hope to bring this event back next year. As you can see, they love it.
Events like the Fall Carnival are the school's way of rewarding their students' positive behavior and adding to a well-rounded learning experience that calls for both work and play. Reporting for HCTV, I'm Rasna Suri.
To learn about other activities at Eucalyptus Elementary School, visit the website listed below. Keep it right here on Channel 22 for these featured city news stories. Find out what's new at Jim Thorpe Park, plus see how the city of Hawthorne celebrates Veterans Day, and find out how the VFW gives back during Thanksgiving. That does it for this edition of City News. Thanks for watching. If you have any story ideas, please call us at 310-349-1630 or email us at hctv@hawthorneca.gov. Don't forget you can watch City News online on YouTube by searching Hawthorne Community Television. We'll leave you now with more footage from the trick-or-treating at City Hall. See you next time.